Two people leave home at the same hour and travel for exactly the same length of time. One lives downtown and, in 45 minutes, can reach hundreds of thousands of jobs, 3 hospitals, and dozens of schools. The other lives on the edge of the city and, in those same 45 minutes, reaches an industrial estate, one overloaded clinic and little else. Neither moves faster than the other. No transport statistic tells them apart. And yet they live in different cities. The question holding this video together is simple and brutal. How much of our lives does the city force us to lose, and who pays first? Answering it means separating two words we usually confuse. Mobility is the ability to move. Accessibility is the ability to reach what you need. They sound alike and they are not. Mobility is measured in speed, in distance covered, in vehicles per hour. Accessibility is measured in opportunities reachable within a reasonable time. How many jobs, how many health centers, how many schools, how many care services. One indicator rewards movement. The other rewards nearness. And here the trap appears. A city can improve its mobility a great deal while worsening its accessibility if opportunities move away faster than speed increases. That is precisely the mechanism. When a motorway is widened, the trip gets shorter for a brief period. But a faster journey makes living further out worthwhile, and it also makes building further out worthwhile. Scattered housing estates appear, isolated shopping centers, logistics parks on the fringe. Distance grows until it swallows the time that was saved. Studies of induced demand are consistent on this. Adding capacity generates extra traffic in almost equal proportion, and congestion returns within a few years. This is not a failure of execution. It is the normal behavior of the system. Infrastructure does not hand out time, it redistributes distance. There is an even more uncomfortable finding. The physicist Marchetti popularized an observation the engineer Zahavi had already made. The average time a person spends traveling each day stays remarkably stable, at around 1 hour, regardless of era or technology. We swap the horse for the tram and the tram for the car, and we still spend the same. What changes is not the time, but the distance we cover with it. The researcher Metz tested this against national travel surveys and concluded that investing in speed does not save time, it stretches journeys. This can be read as a warning. Promising minutes through public works promises something the territory will hand back as kilometers. Look at concrete cases. In one American city, an urban motorway was widened to an almost cartoonish number of lanes, with mass demolitions along the way. Congestion vanished for a season and came back worse. The second case sits in Latin American peripheries, and it is harsher. In many capitals of the region, low-income households spend more than twice as long on the daily commute as wealthy households. They leave in darkness and return in darkness. The third case sits inside the home. Care trips, the ones taking someone to school, to the doctor or to the shops, are short, chained and mostly made by women. Almost no transport model counts them properly. The planner Cervero has argued for years that transport projects should be judged by the accessibility they create, not by the minutes they promise to save. That change of indicator is not technical, it is political. Measuring accessibility forces you to look at land, not only at asphalt. It forces you to ask where the jobs are, where the hospitals are, how dense each neighborhood is and what uses the plan allows. Very often the best transport policy is not a new road, but a well-placed school, a health center within walking distance, or simply permitting housing where services already exist. The 15-minute city, popularized by Moreno, is a public-facing version of this old idea. Bring things closer instead of moving faster. Now the counter-argument, and it deserves a fair hearing. Proximity has a serious limit. Not every service can be replicated in every neighborhood, because a specialized hospital, a university, or a skilled job needs metropolitan scale. A badly applied language of closeness can end up locking poorer people inside their own district, offering them reduced versions of everything while the wealthy still reach the whole city. Accessibility also gets capitalized into land prices. When a neighborhood becomes highly accessible, rents rise and push out the very people it was meant to help. Speed, well distributed, remains an instrument of equality. The problem is not moving fast. The problem is who gets to. A more precise position can then be defended. Accessibility without land redistribution is a slogan, and mobility without accessibility is a machine for producing distance. What decides the outcome is not the transport mode, but the relationship between transport and the location of activities. A powerful commuter rail network equalizes only if affordable housing sits beside the stations. A well-served neighborhood equalizes only if its people can stay in it. Neither happens by default, because markets concentrate opportunity where rents are already high. It can be stated as editorial opinion that time lost in transport is the quietest form of urban inequality, because it never appears on any bill. Return to the opening question. How much of our lives does the city force us to lose? The answer depends on where you live, and that dependence is the problem. 2 hours of daily commuting add up, across a working life, to several full years spent awake in transit. Nobody bills them, nobody compensates them, nobody measures them in project appraisals. So the useful question about any new scheme is not how many minutes it promises to save. The useful question is how many jobs, schools, and hospitals the worst located person will reach in half an hour. If that number does not improve, the works will have moved cars without moving anyone.